Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the lecture. So here we'll try to understand what is the working space all about. Okay. See, now whatever we had seen, no, the footing size and all, this is actually the footing size. This is the size of the footing what we had, F1, F2, F3. But excavation quantity is not this one. For the excavation quantity, you need to add the PCC offset. So this is a PCC offset. Okay. So this is your PCC. I'll show you what is exactly the PCC. And after that, we'll add something called as working space. So this is my working space. Okay. That means what I'm trying to tell, I'm actually supposed to find this particular size. I'm supposed to find this particular length from here to here, and I want this particular breadth. Okay. Then how do I find that? For that, you're supposed to add this additional working space on both the side. I mean the PCC offset, and then the working space from this side and also from this side. Okay. That means you can see, this is a footing size what we have, but you can see a kind of a PCC which has been put up. So this is that extra portion of PCC on all the four sides. And after that, this much is a working space. This much is working space. First question, how much should be this PCC offset? How much should be this PCC offset? For that, you have to go back to your drawing, and I'll delete this. So this is my cross section of the footing. Whenever you refer any structural drawing, you get such kind of cross sections here. Okay. Now you observe here. Other things I'll explain you later. So this is the footing what I have. So this is a footing what I have. Okay. This is that footing. Now below that you put a PCC, which is called as plain cement concrete. Okay. Now from here to here, there's some extra space. From here to here, there is some extra space, isn't it? Okay, see, actually, to put it in a better way, the same part will come down. This much part will come down. That is okay. This much PCC is already there. No portion, no problem. But there is something extra, no? This is extra portion what we are taking care of. From here to here, this is extra. From here to here, this is extra. This will be on all the four sides. Since we are seeing a cross section, only two side I'm able to see. How much extra is mentioned? See here, 50 mm from this side and 50 mm from this side. Okay, so this is mentioned here. 50 you have to take extra. That is called as PCC offset. So now I'll go back to this drawing again. Okay, so this extra, I'll take it out. Okay, this extra what is mentioned, no, that is 50 mm. I'll write 50 here. Is it okay? 50 from here. Okay, and this is also 50. Got it? Okay. Next, after that, this how much it is? How much should be this distance? From here to here, it is not mentioned in the drawing. From here to here, it is not mentioned in the drawing. Okay, so actually these things will not be mentioned in the drawing. So if you refer CPWD code book, I'll write here, that is Central Public Works Department. Okay, it is mentioned there. You can take 300 mm as a working space. Okay, you can take it as a 300 mm as a working space. Okay, so this thing won't be mentioned in your drawing. Again, this will be written in your BOQ, or you can, if it is written in your BOQ, it's well and good. If not, you have to refer CPWD, and it is mentioned 300 mm, and you can take it as 300 mm. But on your site, if your site manager says will take 150 or 200 mm, then you can consider 200 mm and you can do the calculation. But the standard what you're supposed to follow is 300 mm. Okay, great. Now this 300 mm is a working space. So this much space you can see here, no? This space, and this is called as working space. Why it has to be given? For the very same reason, when we do this footing and all, no? I'll show you one image. Yeah. Yeah. See, these people have put up the shuttering, isn't it? But the working space what we took, no, this is that 300 mm. You can see from this shuttering, this was 300 mm. From here also we took 300 mm. On this side also it will be 300. On this side also it will be 300. Okay. So why this is called as working space? So that these laborers, when they try to put the shuttering board for the footing, no, they need space to stand, isn't it? So it's called as working space. Second thing, when you're putting this shuttering, you need to support that. You have put up a props, the wooden bullies and all. Again, in order to support that, you're supposed to give a space, no? Hence, it is called as working space. You can see how the support has been given, no? So it is called as working space. So how much it has to be taken? 300 mm. That is why we are going to do. Because when we do the excavation, we need to mark the same thing on the ground, and then only excavation will happen. Excavation won't happen only up to your footing size. Okay, but footing will happen to the footing size only. Footing will be only this much portion only. But this additional space, we are going to do the excavation. This much is clear. See, all these things I have covered in my site engineer course and all. Okay, you can learn from there also. The same few things I've explained there also. Okay, in this way, I've explained you all those things, how it has to be done and all. This much is clear. So this is how your excavation will be done. Okay, now we'll quickly do the calculation. I hope up to here your basic concept is clear. Now, how we are supposed to do that? Yeah, yeah. Okay, now this much is clear. No, quickly I'll do all those things now. Okay, this won't work out, no problem. I'll quickly do it. Okay, yeah, this part. Okay, so I told this will be 50 mm. I'll quickly write 50 here. Okay, this also will be 50. It is there in the drawing. This 50 will be written in the drawing, whereas the working space 300, you have to assume it 300. This is also 300. Okay, so this is same on all the four sides. On this side also it is 300. Here also it is 300. Okay, and this PCC of it is 50 here also, 50 here also. Okay, this much is clear. Now we'll take one footing and I'll explain you for that. I'll take one footing. The footing size is 1200 by 1200. The length is also 1200. The breadth is also 1200. So what we can do now, I'll write this as 1200 by 1200. So this is 1200 and this is also 1200. Now quickly calculate and tell me what will be your excavation length and breadth. So I'll quickly have to add everything. Okay, this is 1200. I'll add 50 from the left side. I'll add 50 from the right side. 1300 plus 300 on the right side I'll add, it comes out to be 1600 plus 300 on the left side, it comes out to be 1900. So quickly I'll write it here. It will be 300 from the left side I'm starting. Okay, plus 50. Okay, plus 1200 plus 50 again and plus how much? 300. So try to do it. You should have a calculator with you when solving these things so that we can manually verify. 1200 plus 300 plus 300 plus 50 plus 50. Yeah, 1900 I'm getting. Okay, remember this answer. We'll do the same thing in the Excel sheet. So since my length and breadth is same, this is also 1200. This is also 1200. Here also I'm going to get 1900. But still we'll do the calculation on the breadth side also. Again for the breadth side, it will be how much? I'll start from here. See, this is 300. This is 50. This is 1200. Again this is 50. And from here to here it is 300. Right? I'll write it here. Again it is 300 plus 50 plus 1200 plus 50. Okay, 50 plus 300. Obviously it will be how much? 1900 mm. Done. So in this way you are supposed to do it manually so that you get an idea. Okay, this much is clear. The same thing we'll do on the Excel sheet now. Okay, I've explained you for one footing. Same thing you have to follow here. Now whenever you input that in the Excel sheet, no, always remember, come to the length part, you have to make use of a equal to sign. Okay, otherwise your Excel sheet won't work out. You can see this equal to sign. You have this on your keyboard, click on equal to, and now what we'll do, we'll first write PCC offset. What was that? I mean working space will start 300. Okay, plus 50 plus 1200 plus 50 plus 300. Agree with me? Click enter. How much it's coming? 1900. But what has happened? I've written here meter, but the value what I have input is in mm, right? So what you can do quickly, I'll change it. Instead of this thing, I'll put it in meter only. So 300 comes out to be 0.3 meter plus 0.05. Okay, 50 in terms of meter is 0.05 plus how much it is? 1200 in terms of meter is 1.2 plus 0.05 again plus 0.3. And now you click enter, you can see 1.9 has come. Okay, similarly on the width also you have to follow the same thing. Now you can again do the same thing, that is again equal to sign. That is how much? 0.3 plus 0.05 plus 1.2 plus 0.05 plus 1 plus 0.3. Okay, plus 0. And hit the enter button. You get 1.9. Got it? So this much is clear. So I did it for F1 footing. Similarly, you have to do it for F2, F3, F4, up to F9 footing. You're supposed to do it. Yes, it's a bit tedious task, but you don't have option. You have to follow the same thing. Okay, quickly we'll do that. Again, I'll quickly do that. Again, there is one more thing. What you can do, no? See here. Now, for example, let us say your site manager has asked you for the quantity estimation sheet. Okay. So then you gave it to him. Then you are directly written 1.9 here. Now, maybe someone doesn't understand what is this 0.3. Someone doesn't understand what is this 0.05. In that case, what you can do, you click here, right click, and there's something called as new note. Okay, new comment. Click on the comment. Okay, and not comment, let me, yeah, right click, new note. Yeah, there's something called as new note. Here you mention that 0.3 is working space. Okay, and then your 0.05, this is your PCC offset. See, it's not mandatory to write. Just in case if you want to write, you write it. Done. I've written. Now if I come here, no, see, the moment I keep my this thing, what is that, uh, mouse, it's showing me what is this 0.3 here. If somebody comes and clicks here and is not able to understand what is 0.3, he can keep his mouse here and 0. Okay, now he understands. Okay, 0.3 is a working space and 0.05 is PCC offset. Same thing you can do it here also. If you want, you can add it. Not an issue. Okay. Now we'll do for F2, F3, F4, F5 and all. Okay. Quickly we'll try to do that. What I'll do, no, I'll use a very simple trick. Since you have understood this, I'll use a very simple trick. The simple trick is that, see, this 50 mm offset is common for all the footing, F1, F2, F3, and 300 mm working space is also common for all the footing. I'll try to add everything, that is 0.3 plus 0.05 plus 0.3 plus 0.05. Okay, try to add it and tell me how much is the answer you're getting. So it is 0.3 plus 0.05 plus 0.3 plus 0.05. So we are getting 0.7. So this is 0.7. Now 0.7 is constant, no? So what you can do, instead of writing this every time and wasting your time, like, every time you write 0.3 plus 0.5 and all, not required. Directly you take the footing size, say equal to sign, footing size is 1.4 and directly add 0.7 to that. Enough, done. Got it? Same thing you do it here also. You can make use of plus sign also. Again, what is the footing size? 1850 is your length. So 1.85 plus 0.7. Done. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next here also. Again, equal to sign 2 plus 0.7. Okay. Next, how much? 2.25 plus 0.7. You're able to understand? So in this way, you're supposed to do it. So always you should do smartly and also correctly. So that is why first step I told you how it has to be done in a better way. This is this one. Now you do it in a smarter way. Instead of writing every time 1 point plus 0.7, done. Again here 1.55 plus 0.7. Okay, so it's easy. Again 1.1 plus 0.7, done. Yeah, now again here again you can write the same thing, but since your length and breadth both are same, here also 1850 1850, 1400 1400, you can even select this and drag it in this way. Same thing will come. Okay, you can see here. See what I did. I'll do it for this also. Now you see my F3 footing length is 1850 and breadth is also 1850. In the length part I've written, in the breadth part again I need to do the same calculation, right? Equal to 1.85 plus 0.7. Instead of doing that, select this part and drag your mouse on the right side. Same value will get copied here. Okay, again you can do this, but it will not work out in all your projects because sometime your length and breadth will be different. Since here every time the length and breadth is same, you can copy this. Okay, I'll do the same thing for here also because it is 2000 by 2000. I'll copy the same thing. Again, this is also same. I'll copy the same thing. Okay, this is also same. Again, I'll copy the same thing. Again, 1300 by 1300. This is also same thing. I'll copy the same thing. But here again 1500 by 1500. I'll copy the same thing. But here it doesn't work. Why? because your length is okay. This should have been, no, we did one mistake. What I can do is I'll make this as 1750 and this is 1150. Okay. What is that? See, always remember, whenever you are writing this table, no, this table, the length part should be more compared to your breadth. Okay. So the length should come first, followed by your breadth. So this should be actually 1750, 1750, and this should be 1100. Okay, 1100 breadth. Okay, and in the Excel sheet also you write it in the same way. So now I'll change this. This I'll write it as 1.75. Okay, and this I cannot copy. Why? Because my length is 1750 and breadth is 1150. So for this I'll do the calculation. Plus 1.15 plus 0.7 I'll do. Done. I got 1.85. Got it? So my length is done, breadth is also done. Now if you want to make it bold, you can do it. Now coming to the depth or the thickness part. We are trying to find the excavation quantity. That means I want to find this height now. This particular height is what I require from here to here. This height I require. Okay. So how do you find this height? Again, you have to refer your structural drawing. I'll go to my structural drawing here. So this is my structural drawing. You can see here, this is your structural drawing. Okay. Now you can see something written here, NGL. This is your natural ground level. What is this natural ground level? See that in the picture. Okay. So see that in the picture. So this is your natural ground level. Wherever your soil is there, firm soil is there from where the excavation has happened, that is called as your natural ground level. Okay. So in the cross section, it is showing that from the natural ground level, you have to do an excavation of how much? 2500 mm. Okay. But where it is up to the top of the PCC. See, this is your PCC. Okay. This is your PCC. This 2500 is from natural ground level up to the top of your PCC. But whenever we do the excavation, this is my complete excavation. I have to do the excavation completely, and after that only PCC will come. But in my drawing, what has happened? These people have given me the drawing to the top of the PCC. That means my actual requirement is from where? My actual requirement is from the natural ground level to the bottom of the PCC. But these people have given up to how much? Up to the PCC top. That means I need to add this thickness of the PCC. Whatever is my thickness of PCC, that I need to add to 2500. How much is your thickness? It is mentioned here. See, 50 thick PCC. That means 50 mm is the thickness of your PCC. So I'll add 50 mm to the 2500. Try to do it manually. 2500 plus 50. Okay. So it comes out to be 2550. So 2550 mm is the excavation depth you're supposed to right there. Okay, this much is understood. Let me verify. 2500 plus 50. Yeah, 2550. This much is understood. Always remember, excavation will happen from the natural ground level to the bottom of the PCC. So in some drawing, they'll give you directly up to the bottom of PCC. Then you don't have to add your thickness of PCC. In some drawing, they'll give you up to the top of the PCC. In that case, you're supposed to add the thickness of the PCC. So always check your drawing correctly and then only we'll proceed. I'll give you 2-3 different assignments where we'll have take care of all these cases so that you'll have a hands-on experience on that. Okay. Now it's very simple. The depth or thickness, I'll directly write it as 2.550. Written. I wrote it for one footing. So for all the footing, it remains the same. I'll drag it in this way. Okay. Got it? This much is understood. Again, I'll bring this at the center part. I'll bring at the center. Okay. This much is understood. Again, remember, this thickness what is mentioned for this particular footing, for this particular building, this is a typical. That means for all the footing, your excavation is 2.55. Okay. But this may not be same with all your projects. In some projects, what will happen? This much part, let us consider. In some projects, see, I'm taking all the worst conditions which will happen. In some projects, it will happen that from here to here, your footing depth will be 2.5, your excavation. And this much footing from here to here, it may be up to 3 meter. So in that case, you have to check your cross section properly. In that case, what they will do, they'll give you cross section 1 and they'll give you cross section 2. In that case, you have to take care of this and accordingly you have to fill your Excel sheets. Okay. Now, why that variation will happen? Sometimes what happens, maybe in this particular area, some other structure may come which is having a more load. Because of that, your depth of excavation may increase. So that is the reason, in some projects what will happen, one side will have one depth and other side will have a different depth. Okay, so it all depends based on the projects, but you have to take care of all these things. So whenever you do the this thing estimation, you try to understand how the entire drawing is given, and then only you proceed with that. Okay, yeah, I think this much is done. So once these things are done, next I'm supposed to find the quantity. How do I find the quantity? So it's the excavation quantity. I need to multiply the length, the breadth, and the depth of my excavation. So I'll write equal to sign. What is my length? Length is how much? 1.9. Multiply, use the star symbol. Okay, breadth I'll multiply this by thickness, and I'll give enter button. Okay, so I'll give enter button. So this is a total excavation quantity, that is 9.2005 is coming. So I'll click here. Okay, I'll do that later. Okay, this much is coming. But again, what we did, this I did for how many footings? There's only one footing. No, I need to multiply this also. Okay, so actually what I should have done, again you do this, you multiply this by number of member is very important. If you don't do number of member, no, you'll miss out. Okay, so when I'm linking this number of member, let's say enter. Now also it becomes 9.20, 9.2055, doesn't matter. Okay, done. Similarly, do it for this F3 footing. I'll do for F3 footing. Okay, yeah, check this particular column. I'll do how it has to be done. Yeah, equal to sign, take the length, that is 2.55, multiply that by 2.55, multiply that by depth. Okay, this is also 2.55 here. Okay, fine. And now you multiply this by number. This is important. If I don't multiply this by number, it will do calculation for only one footing. But F1, F3, how many footings we have? F3, we have 4 footings. So I'll multiply this also and I'll say enter button. Now you can see 66.3225 answer has come. Now you don't have to do for all the footings. One you're done, no, keep your mouse here and drag it in this way. Okay, once you drag it, no, everywhere the answer will come. You can see I didn't do the calculation for all the footing. I need to do for one, and then drag your mouse. I'll do it once again. See, keep your mouse here and you drag it in this way. Okay, you drag it, all the answers will come. But again, you can see after the decimal is lot of this thing, no, 9.9055. We don't require all those things. Then what you do is select everything, and then there is one option here. You can see this one, decrease decimal. Click on this. Yeah, after the decimal we'll keep 2 units. Okay, that is 30.60, 38.730. It's understood. Okay, if you want to increase, you can increase from here. See, increase decimal. In this way you can increase. If you want to decrease, no, select this option and decrease. Okay, we'll keep 2. Now it's done. Again, it has gone to the side. No, again I'll click on this. Yeah, I did one mistake here. Okay, let me bring it to the center. I did one mistake. The mistake is that, see, in quantity, no, actually we are supposed to do length, breadth, and depth. What I did, I took the number also. So in total quantity, it doesn't make any sense. So what I'll do, I'll delete this. Okay, what I'll do, no, equal to take the length, take the breadth, and take the thickness. Okay, fine. Now you drag it. You don't have to multiply the number of members. In quantity, we'll find it for only one quantity, single quantity. Okay, now I'll drag it in this way. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, yeah, now it's okay. So in total quantity, what you do, total quantity come here, equal to sign, quantity, you multiply this by number of member. Now you'll get the total quantity. Now it is good. Okay, again you change this sign, I mean this decimal point, we'll change it later. Again, you don't have to do it for everything. Okay, just tell me how you are going to do it for F6 footing. You tell me for the F6 footing. So this is my F6 footing. Okay, tell me how it has to be done. So how you'll do, equal to sign, exactly equal to sign, 34.91, that is single quantity. You multiply this by how much? Number of member. Okay, wait, we'll not do for F6. F6 doesn't make any sense. I'll go for this one. Okay, I'll go for F7. Explain me for F7. Yeah, how much it will be? equal to sign 10.20 exactly. Multiply this by how much? Number of member. How much we have? 3 number we have, F7 footing, and then hit the enter button. 30.6 we got. Okay. You don't have to do for everything. Just click here and drag your mouse in this way. You'll get the total quantities. Okay. Again, there's a lot of decimal. After the decimal, there are a lot of numbers. Select everything. Always you have to select in this way. Then go to this portion, and now it's okay. Now I can bring everything at the center. I'll select this. I'll bring it at the center. Now it looks good, but still it doesn't look good. No, what we'll do? I'll select everything. Okay, in this way, I'll select everything. I'll say this thing, all borders. See, now it looks good. Yeah. Now, if you want to give this see, total quantity you got, but you have to differentiate it. No, you select this part and give a different color to that. Okay. I'll go with the red. Okay, red looks good, and make it bit bold so that you get the quantities here. Okay, now it looks good, no? Fine. So this is the total excavation quantity we have got. But now I need to find the total excavation quantity. We have individually I have found it, but totally how much it is required. For that, I'll write it here. Okay, I'll write total excavation TOTL. Okay, total excavation quantity. Okay, quantity. That you can write here also, not an issue. I'll do that also. What I'll do is I'll delete this so that it will look. See, you can write anywhere, no issues. I'll write here only. Total excavation quantity. Okay. So yeah, total excavation quantity. Unit will be in cubic meter only. Okay, cubic meter. And this what to do? Keep your mouse here. There's one option here called as auto sum. You can see auto sum here. Wait, I'll tell you. Equal to sign and auto sum. Okay, we'll not do in that way. What we'll do? Keep your mouse here. Equal to sign. Put sum here. Open bracket. And now select from here. From here, you drag your mouse in this way and close it. Okay, and then hit the enter button. Yeah, you can see total excursion quantity is 328.8161. What we can do is again decrease the decimal number. Okay, fine. So 328.82 is my total excavation quantity for all my footing for this particular building. Now again, what I can do, I'll select this in this way. Okay, I can make it as bold. I'll increase the size so that it looks good. Okay, and if you want to make some other arrangements, I mean, if you want this to be colored, select this, come here, you can color that. You can color that in red or some other color. Okay, I'll color this in this way, yellow, and this I'll put it in a thick box. I'll select this, and there's one option here, thick outside box, and do that. It looks good. No, again, you can separate this also. Select that, come here, all borders. Now it looks good. Yeah, it looks good now. Now we'll try to manually verify this quickly. Okay, I'm not sure what is the answer we're getting. Quickly we'll verify that. 9.21 plus 33.74 plus 66.33 plus 37.18 plus 66.57 plus 34.91 plus 30.60 plus 38.73 plus 11.56. Okay, I'm getting 328.83 in my calculator. Same thing I'm getting it here. So few times you try to verify with your manual answers so that no you don't go wrong anywhere. Now we have done the calculation. So this is my earthwork in excavation. So this much amount of excavation I'm supposed to do in this particular this thing. What is that? Project. Okay, great. So I hope you have enjoyed my lecture up to here. I've explained you the complete thing, how the excursion quantity will be taken care of. Again, if you want to, you can increase, you can, make this font bit bold and all those things you can do. Okay, I'll not do that. You can do it. Now we did for one quantity. Serial number 1 is done. Next, we'll do the PCC quantity. We'll do the footing, shuttering, and all those things. Okay. So I hope you have enjoyed my lecture up to here. Try to practice up to here, and we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.